Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and what you are about to see is some very old footage, almost 2 years old in fact. Now last fall you may recall that I did upload some book haul videos, and when I was doing those I mentioned that I was doing a book reorganization project. I was sorting through and putting away books and reorganizing. I got a new bookshelf and all of that, and in amongst that someone else, I think it was Donna from Paradonna Palimpsest, also said, hey, are you ever going to show us your new home edition? And I actually had already had that thought. So thankfully there was still some room on this SD card, and I filmed all of the footage for my home reorganization on the same card with our footage of the new edition. And so then there it sat for a while, and I kind of forgot about it at times. Of course, we've been through so much in the last 2 years. Emily's had all these surgeries and our house has just been crazy, and finally though I thought I need to get that done before any more time passes. So here it is. This is footage that spans almost a 2-year period, from our home edition to my reorganization project and just, you know, stuff in between. So I'm going to start with the footage that I shot that was supposed to be the intro to this video last fall, and then move on into the home edition and my reorganization project. And then just today I have shot a little bit of footage around the house so that you can see that things are done. I mean, the whole house is not done, but the reorganization of the books is done as much as it can be at this moment. I do still have a lot of books to send people, and I hope to get that done soon, this year hopefully. But for the most part I can wrap up this immediate project. I mean, if you can call a project that took several months immediate. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a new intro for this video. Then I'll come back at the end and wrap things up, and I hope you enjoy. Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and at this exact moment I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to put in this video, but I'm starting on a new bookish project today, and I thought I would bring you along if you're interested. So it's not a reading project. This is a reorganization / book haul project, because I have not done a decent book haul video since March. And even in March, I had quite a few books that I needed to haul. I wanted to share with you. I wanted to show you. So I divided them up into categories, and I only got around to editing the cozy mysteries. And I have since then continued to, of course, accumulate more books, to the point that I have this massive pile in my living room. And my husband is getting tired of it. He hasn't really said much, but I can tell that he would like for me to do something with those books already. So I pointed to a spot in the living room that's right near the doorway going into our new addition, and I said, what if I put some new bookshelves there? And he said, well, you don't really need new bookshelves. You need to just get rid of some books. And I said, I am. In fact, I just took some to the used bookstore a couple of days ago, and I got about $25 for a bag of books, and they didn't even take 5 of them. So that was pretty exciting. And at that point I did not use but maybe $2 of my credit, and so I've still got that credit because I need to not bring any more home at this moment. I especially need to wait until I reorganize. I need to finish cataloging all my books and just make sure that I don't bring home duplicates, and just continue with my reading projects before I add any more books into the house. So I did buy one new shelf, and once I got it home and assembled it and put it up, I realized that that space can actually hold 2. So I will be adding another shelf. But meanwhile, I want to go ahead and get started. I'm still trying to decide exactly what I want to put in those new shelves and how I want to reorganize things, but I can't really put away everything until I do some haul videos. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to film right where the shelves are, which is the hallway going into our new addition, I really ought to go ahead and show you our new addition. I'm not going to show you the inside of Katie's room because you know, privacy and all, and it's not very clean right now. But I will show you down the hallway, and I'll show you the outside. I will show you how the house started and a little bit of the progression, and then the finished look, how it looks now on the outside. And then I'll show you my pile of books, and then I might go ahead and end this video at that point. And then as I'm sorting, then I'll go ahead and start doing some haul videos so you can see the books that I have as I put them away. And then once that's done, I might do a bit of a bookshelf tour if you're interested. I don't know. We'll just see how that goes. But anyway, let's get started. I want to first show you the new shelf and a little bit of the inside of the house, then I'm going to take you outside. Okay, so here we are in one corner of our living room. The new shelf there is still empty. The shelf beside it is one that I've shown in a video before. It was a yard sale purchase, and that's where I keep my current reads and my immediate TBR, books I've just finished, library checkouts, and all of that. It doesn't match the new shelf, obviously, and I'm probably not going to keep it there long term, because if I move it and the little cat bed over there, then I will have room for another shelf the same as the white one. So I'm in the middle of deciding what to put in the white shelf right now, and I thought I would bring you along with me on that process. I got the white shelf at Walmart for $21 plus tax, or maybe it was $20 plus tax, I don't know. It was very inexpensive. Now, it's not the highest of quality, and each shelf is only rated to hold 35 pounds, and the bottom one I think will hold 50 pounds. But that'll be enough. That'll be fine. So to the left of that is the hallway going into our new addition. That is Katie's bedroom door. At the end of the hall goes into our garage, and then on the other side of the hall is Katie's bathroom. And so that is all new, and Katie moved into that space I think around January of 2019. So it took a little bit longer to get all of the finishing done on the outside, but let's go outside now and I will show you what it looks like there. Actually, before we go outside, I want to let you know exactly what I'm going to show you. I will start with the way the house looked before our addition, and then just a couple of bits of footage as the framework went up, and then I'll show you the finished product. So here we go. Here we are at our house. It is July the 8th. It's a Sunday afternoon, 2018. And it is almost exactly 20 years since we have purchased this house. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. And finally, after 20 years of living here, we have decided to add on to the house. So there at the west end of the house, we are going to be adding on a bedroom, a bathroom, and a garage. So I'll take you a little closer. We have already done some of the prep work. Well, I say we. Randy has already done some of the prep work. And tomorrow, if nothing else fails, they are going to be grading the ground tomorrow where our addition will be. Today is Thursday, July 12th, and the ground has officially been broken. Yay! So today is Saturday, July 14th. Of course, I waited till he started up the generator. But they are starting on the foundation today. So it is like 7 a.m. and there are the boards and the supplies, and they're taking the elevations and getting started. It's Tuesday, July 17th, and the dirt is arriving today. I believe there's going to be 3 loads of dirt. That's the first one. And that, I think, is all that's going to happen today, and I think the plumbing is going to go in this week. So it's Monday, July 30th, 2018, and it's been a few days since I have filmed, mainly because not a whole lot has been done on the house addition until today. Today, the plumbing went in, so you can see, we'll get a little closer, and you'll be able to see where Katie's bathroom will be. The other thing that was done a couple of days ago with the sand is they leveled out the garage to a lower level than the rooms. You probably can't tell on the video, but now you can tell where the closet is going to be from Katie's room and where the garage will start. So that's pretty cool. And it's Monday morning, August the 6th, and they're pouring the concrete today. Okay, it's the afternoon now. It's about 3:30 on August 6th, and they have been out here working up until just a few minutes ago, and it looks great. The foundation has been poured. The floor is there for Katie's bathroom and bedroom and the garage. So it's pretty exciting. I will try to insert some photos here while I'm talking. So I've gotten a little behind in my videoing of our house project. I think the last segment I filmed was August 6th, and today is September 25th. So look. Whee! And phase 1 of our home addition is now done. It is currently, right now, October 30th, 2019. This has been done for several months. Katie moved into her room in early to mid-January. We got her some furniture, like a little after that. She slept on an air mattress for a while. And it took a little bit longer to get the stucco done on the outside. And even recently, like in the last couple of weeks, we've still been touching up the accent bricks and getting those painted a little more satisfactorily, and we still need to put some more shutters on the windows. But other than that, we are using the garage. Have been parking cars in them. I still haven't had my garage sale yet, but we hope to next renovate the kitchen. But for now, the outside is done. The sod is in and growing well. And we're excited that we have completed this part of our home renovation. And now I'm working on getting the inside cleaned up and shaped up. Okay, so we're back in the house. There's Bob. He's wondering what in the world I'm up to. And right next to Bob is my dirty little secret, I guess. Right next to Bob is my pile of books. Right now I have it shrouded in a tablecloth because Emily's teacher comes once a week, and it's literally right next to the front door. And it just doesn't look very neat under there at all. Plus the cats want to sometimes lay on it, and that messes up the books. So it was just better for the books and everyone involved to go ahead and cover it up a little while back. So in addition to books being under here, I also have some papers over here I need to go through that I pulled out of the office. And then these two bins, the bin on top is also full of books. Let me show you. All of that is books, and I think I already have these somewhat sorted, but there's still quite a few of them there that need to find shelf space. And thankfully the bin on the bottom is not books. That bin and these boxes are just papers that need to be gone through. That computer does not work anymore, but I've got to try to take it somewhere and see if I can get the photos off of it. And that is the extent of the books in the living room. Now before I uncover it and let you see what's under there, just know that I am not keeping all of these books. There are some books in this pile that are slated to be sent to people. I am still working on getting some books sent to people from my unhaul sharing video that was like 2 years ago, and some of you guys know who you are, and I'm so sorry that it's taken me so long. This whole last year has really just been consumed with taking care of Emily, and I have just had to let a lot of things go in the house. I have kept up with reading as much as possible, but everything else has just kind of gotten put on the back burner. So, now that Emily's home and doing better, I figured it is time to get the house in order, and this is one big elephant in the room. So here we go. All right. Now, some of these are sitting on a cedar chest, so that makes it look like more than it is, maybe. But there you have it. Now, the books in the orange shopping bag down there, that was what was left from my visit to the used bookstore. So what's in there is going. And I think the Hershey's box has books that are going, and maybe the box to the far right. But I think everything else, oh, and then that little white box there, those have books that are going. And then I think everything else is staying. So, of course, I'm not going to be able to fit all of these books into this one little shelf, and perhaps not even two of these shelves. But I do have a little bit of space here and there, and I'm going to keep things together by genre, so it's not that all of the books in the pile are going to go in the new shelves. They're going to be distributed throughout the house in with their appropriate genres. Now, to the other side of the front door, I have this shelf. I have done a couple of videos sitting in front of this shelf, and this right now is my Christian fiction. It takes up 2.5 shelves of this shelf, and as you can see, some of them are double stacked. Right now I'm leaning towards moving my Christian fiction over to the new shelves, and then I will probably put the rest of my women's fiction or general fiction in these shelves. I don't know yet. I have to see exactly how much space these are going to take up. My goal is to try to put them in shelves where they don't have to be double stacked. I'd like to be able to see all the books that I have without double stacking them. And right now the shelves in my utility room are double stacked as well. So let's go look at the shelves in my utility room, and I'll show you what's going on in there. Okay, here we are in my utility room, and I am very happy to say that I have been doing a lot of cleaning in this room this week. There used to be a lot of junk sitting in front of this shelf. It was mostly things that needed to be hand washed and cleaned, and just a lot of odds and ends. And our dryer has been working on and off lately, and my husband needed to get to behind the dryer, and he was having to push the dryer so that he could get behind it, and all the stuff was in the way. So I made up my mind, I have to get this stuff done. So now I can show you these shelves, and there's nothing in front of them except a rug, and I'm super excited about that. Now the shelves look like they could definitely use some help. So what I have in the top shelf is mainly women's fiction, and the second shelf is middle grade, and the third shelf is a combination of middle grade and YA, mostly fantasy, and then the shelf down from that is mostly YA fantasy. And then on the very bottom are 3 bins. The one in the middle and the one on the right are full of audiobooks on CD and cassette, and then the bin on the left are the books that are in my fiction TBR jar. Those are books that I think I can read and get rid of. Then going over here, on the very top are some genealogy files and a lot of guidepost books and Annie's books. There are several different series, but predominantly it's the Tales from Grace Chapel Inn and the Annie's Quilted Mysteries, and the Church Choir Mysteries are also in the back. Then the actual top shelf contains my Amish books in the front, and Christmas books are double stacked behind those. Then I have a triple stack of Cozy Mysteries in mass market paperback, and then below that I have a double stack of Cozy Mysteries in hardcover and trade paperbacks. And then below that I have my misread books, and then I have 2 guidepost series. I have the ones that I am currently reading right now, Home to Heather Creek and the Patchwork Mysteries. And then on the very bottom I have a bin that contains my nonfiction books that are in my TBR jar, and then a bag that has paper shopping bags, and a bin that has plastic bags for reuse or recycle. So those are the bookshelves that I have in my utility room. Okay, now we've moved into our home office, and this is the room where I do most of my filming. Here is the shelf behind the door that you never see on film. It's mostly nonfiction. Near the top are some of my older books, and then there's 2 shelves of nonfiction, and then a shelf that's a combination of nonfiction and mass market paperbacks, then a whole shelf of mass market paperbacks, and those are double stacked, and then some older books and some nonfiction on the bottom. Then I'm going to let you in on another one of my dirty little secrets. Here's the part of the room where I do most of my filming. And if you've ever wondered where I sit my books that I'm talking about while I'm filming, it's because I have 2 sets of 3 banker boxes here that are filled with papers and things that I need to go through. And so they end up serving double duty, because when I'm standing in front of the bookshelves, I need a place to set my books. Now, I don't want to have these boxes here forever. I do really need to get through all these papers, but right now they're serving a function. In fact, not too long ago, my husband and I were cleaning out our utility room, and he moved some of these boxes into the utility room closet. And I came home from work and I moved them right back in here because I need them at this point to set my books on for filming. But anyway, in this room are a lot of my favorites, and some books that you can't see. Down in between the boxes are my Laura Ingalls Wilder books, my Grace Livingston Hill hardcovers, my Lucy Maud Montgomery books are there. And then in this middle section are a lot of Christian books, some fiction. There's my collection of Jeanette Oak, and then some nonfiction Christian books, some children's classics, and some odds and ends. Okay, so let's walk on around the corner. And if you saw any of my reorganization videos from, was it last summer or summer before last, I did show some of this whenever I reorganized it, and I'm pretty happy with how this is right now. This is mostly nonfiction on the first 3 shelves. Then I have my Newberry shelf. I have 2 shelves of Grace Livingston Hill books and some nonfiction at the bottom. Bob is trying to model the books for you. And then over in the corner there are some DVDs. There are some more of my books on cassette and CD. There's some small books. There's our home movies, some more DVDs, more books on cassette. And then up at the very top, this does need some attention, is our CD collection. Most of those are my husband's, but it has overgrown that space, and I really need to get up there and try to make sense of it. Okay, then moving over here, this is all my husband's stuff. Most all of this is nonfiction, and everything on this set of shelves belongs to my husband. Okay, so this turned into kind of a bookshelf tour, but now you sort of get the scope of my book collection and what my project is going to look like and what I have to reorganize. So before this actual video is even uploaded, you probably will see me upload some book hauls, and I don't know exactly what order those will go in. Meanwhile, I just thought that filming this video would maybe hold me a little more accountable to get this done. And after that, and once these books are out of the way, then hopefully pretty soon we're going to be starting on our kitchen renovation. And I'm not going to show you anything to do with that yet, but we are going to be gutting our kitchen. We're going to be taking out a wall between the kitchen and the living room, so that will open up our floor plan. And so it's going to be pretty hectic when it is going on, but I'm hoping that once that's done, and also once I go through the entire kitchen and finish getting everything sorted out for a garage sale, now that I have a garage, I can have a garage sale. And I've already put a lot of stuff aside for it. I only want to do it once. I have enough stuff set aside now to have a decent garage sale, but like I said, I only want to do it once. It's a lot of work, and then hopefully after that I can just start donating things as I go. But we really could use a little bit more cash to add to our funds for the kitchen renovation, because we do everything debt-free. We don't have any credit cards, and we don't have any mortgage debt. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, don't mess with having a garage sale or a yard sale. Just get rid of your stuff. But we actually have had several garage sales in the past. I don't have one, but maybe once every 3 years, and we're past due for one now. So I am kind of looking forward to it, but it is going to be a lot of work. So that being said, I'm rambling, and Emily's teacher is going to be here soon for her homebound class, and so I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to start sorting books. Okay, I'm back. I have finished sorting, and I wanted to show you what it looks like, how many I have of each category, and then I'm going to start filming some haul videos. So first of all, the 3 boxes here are not staying. Those are books that I am unhauling, or some of them I even picked up to give other people. So the books in those 3 boxes I do not need to find a place for. I just need to get them distributed. And then that box is Christian fiction and Christian romance. And then this box and bag are mostly middle grade, but a few YA. And most of the YA books are books that Katie has acquired over the last few months, or that I have gotten for her. Then down below, that stack is nonfiction, just the one single stack. The shorter stack beside it is Christmas fiction. The next stack over is cozy mysteries, and I don't think I've hauled those. I did find some cozy mysteries still in this batch from the haul video that I posted last March that haven't been put away, but I'm pretty sure that all of those are newer since then. Then in that bag are Christian cozy mysteries, and then that box is general fiction and women's fiction, and then down in front are older or vintage books or classics or something of that nature. Then coming back up here, these 2 boxes are books that I've already shown in a haul video that I did not have a place to put. There are quite a few cozy mysteries. In the lower box are some general fiction, and I'm going to have to make some tough decisions about whether I actually am going to have a place for all of these. Even if I get another white shelf to add to the one I already showed you, I'm not really sure. So these are all the books that I am dealing with. Oh, and I did remove all of the books out of that bin, and they are sorted into these other piles. Well, it has been about 2.5 weeks since I started this project, and I had to take a little bit of a break from it in order to do some reading wrap-ups on my channel and a few other projects at home. But I wanted to show you my shelf after I put everything in it. This is my Christian fiction shelf. Now, those books are all double stacked, and at some point I think I will get another shelf that's the same as the white one. The other smaller shelf will go to a different place. Right now that's kind of my staging shelf. That has books that I'm currently reading, books that I have already finished this month, and books that I hope to get to this month, or at least my choices for the rest of the month. So that will go to another location, maybe a little closer to my reading chair, and then the cat bed can go somewhere else, and then there will be space for 2 of the white shelves. So you know how I had my nice sorted stacks here? Well, 2.5 weeks later, it's a mess again. I did do 3 book haul videos and did eliminate some from this mess and have put those away. And then the rest of what was here I needed to pick up off the floor. So what's on the cedar chest are still the books that are going, and I have added to that pile. And I have done a little bit of book shopping in the meantime, and so I'm going to sort again and do some more book haul videos, which you will probably have already seen before you see this video. Okay, so back to the present. Now it is March the 4th as I am filming this. A few days ago I thought about how this video had been sitting on an SD card, and I pulled it out, dusted it off, and I've been editing it. So I have been around my house filming a little bit of footage just to update you on the finishing of this organization project. Of course, Organization is always an ongoing thing at our house, but I do want to show you the state of my shelves in the utility room right now, and I will put that in here. The shelves in the utility room are much neater. As I continued to get the books sorted that you saw earlier in this video back last fall, and as I got those haul videos done and put away each genre and category of books, I straightened as I went. I was able to eliminate a few more books and get rid of a few more and unhaul them. Then over here, that has changed a little bit, but it's kind of messy right this minute because I've been pulling out some of my mystery books for Instagram challenges and March Mystery Madness and everything, so it's not quite as neat as it should be, but that's okay. My bookshelves get used. My books don't just gather dust. They are fluid. They're always coming and going, getting read and getting talked about. That's the life of a booktuber, right? So anyway, that is what the shelves look like in my utility room. And then also the state of the things in my living room, and I will put that in here. Let me just narrate here a little bit. The cedar chest is now cleared off. There's no books on it or in front of it. And next to that is an old piano bench that we just kind of use as a coffee table. What's on there, I am ashamed to say, are 2 Christmas gifts that haven't been mailed yet for my sister's grandsons, and I apologize to them because I have not gotten those mailed yet. And on top of that are some old cable boxes, which we just very recently switched cable companies, and we are waiting to see what we need to do with the old equipment. So that's why those are there. All of that is just temporary. And then right next to that, where there used to be boxes that needed to be gone through, are 2 rocking chairs, which I pulled out of storage. Those are chairs that I brought from my mom's house a couple of years ago, and they've been out in one of our outbuildings. But after we got rid of our couch, and after I did finally move out those boxes of papers that needed to be gone through, I brought in the rocking chairs. Now, one of them has been in our family for a long time, and I'm keeping it, but the bentwood rocker has not been in our family for a long time. In fact, it was owned by my renter, who left it in the house when we cleaned everything out, and I always had wanted a bentwood rocker. I used to have one a long time ago that eventually fell apart, so I brought this one home and thought that it would be a fun chair to sit in, but none of us really enjoy sitting in it, so it's going to go in the garage sale, which, by the way, I mentioned that a few times in the video. We have not had a garage sale yet, but the target date is April 4th, and I am going to invite several of the surrounding neighbors to do one on the same day so that we can split the advertising costs and hopefully have a much bigger sale. So that's exciting to finally get that done. And so this is kind of where things stand right now. I will show you what I ended up doing with this space. This is where my Christian fiction used to be. This is the bookshelf unit in my living room. So I moved the Christian fiction over to the white shelf, which I already showed you. And on this top shelf, I have put my misread books. There's 2 stacks, and then in the middle, behind that little plant, are my Effie Leland Wilder Fairacre books. I figured, why not put all the Fairacre books together, even though they're 2 different, completely different series. But the Fairacre misread books are on the right, and I have more of those than I do the Thrush Green books. So on the Thrush Green side, I've also got a couple of other things, I think, that are not necessarily a part of that series. So then moving on down, this is general fiction and a few odds and ends. A couple of books I haven't hauled yet that are just kind of stuck there that I've gotten recently. And then there is my Larry McMurtry collection, minus the ones that I just read this month. I've got a couple of Ken Follett books stuck there to hold their place, and then I've got to find a new place for those because I am going to be talking about some Larry McMurtry books that I have read in the month of February, so that's why those are not on the shelf. And then nothing else changed. Those are some of my husband's things on the bottom 2 shelves and some scrapbooks there next to the Larry McMurtry books. So I just wanted to show you what I ended up doing with this shelf. I also want to show you the puzzle that I mentioned earlier. This was finally finished by me in early February, but there are 3 pieces missing. I'm so mad. They are under the furniture somewhere. I have been looking and looking, and that's why I have not put the puzzle away yet, because I really want to find those pieces, and I haven't been able to find them yet. I've been systematically going under all of the furniture a little at a time as I have time, and eventually I'm going to have to just give up and put the puzzle away. But this was a monster of a puzzle. It's a 2,000-piece puzzle that my sister sent us at Christmas time, and Katie and Randy gave up on it long ago, and I persevered and continued to work on it. I finally got it done early February. I could have gotten it done by the end of January, I think, but Emily had to go into the hospital for about 4 days at the end of January for an EEG. So that set me back a little bit, but it's okay. Anyway, it was fun to do, although it was frustrating at times because it was so hard. The pieces were all irregular shaped and different sizes, and it was probably the hardest puzzle I've ever done, and I have done a lot of jigsaw puzzles. So anyway, it's done now. It was fun, and if I can ever find those 3 missing pieces, then I can pass it on to someone else. So that's the puzzle. So that was the second Christmas puzzle that we did during the holidays. We did do one 1,000-piece puzzle that we started on Christmas night and finished the next morning. Randy and Katie and I all worked on it diligently and got it done within a 24-hour period. This one was just hard. So I'm glad to say that it's done. Then after I move this out of the way, this wall will be completely clear. Incidentally, this is the wall we're going to remove when we renovate our kitchen. This wall will come out, and we'll put some upper and lower cabinets here with a pass-through. And so I'm going to try really hard not to stack up a bunch of stuff here. I might use this as kind of a staging area as I continue to go through some of the things that need to be gone through in preparation for the garage sale. But this space will stay clear for the most part because this wall is going to be removed and make it an open space between the living room and the kitchen. So I hope you have enjoyed this very long video through the last 2 years of my life. Literally, the earliest segments of this video were filmed in July of 2018. Yes, that's correct, 2018, because that was right before we started our new edition. And now it is early March of 2020. So a lot has happened, a lot has gone on between July of 2018 and March of 2020. Emily had 3 brain surgeries in the summer of 2019. She has been through a lot, and our house has been through the ringer and back when, just doing everything for the renovations, and we still hope to get our kitchen done at some point. I had hoped to have it done by now, but a couple of things have gotten in the way of that. For one, when we had the cabinet people come and give us estimates and take measurements, they never showed up again. So I don't know if they don't want to do it or if they just had some family issues and couldn't get back to us. I've tried to get a hold of them, haven't been able to. So in the meantime, we ended up using some of those funds for other things, and so now I need to have this yard sale to replenish some of the funds that I've used out of my building fund, and I probably need to go to work a little bit more and sub a few more days at Katie's high school and all of that stuff. So anyway, there's always things going on here, and if you have made it to the end of this video, then you are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a fun video to put together, even though it has taken me 2 years to do it. And that's all I have, though. That's all I have for this video. I hope you are having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.